Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. The reaction video today, we actually coming from Anton Daniels After Hours, and they actually talking about how bad wives already know that they messing up. Essentially, is what the reaction is about. I haven't watched this at all whatsoever, so I don't know what any of their takes are. I don't know exactly how they're gonna deep dive into this subject matter, but we're gonna tap in and go full authentic. So without further ado, let's get it popping.
No, I'm saying they're denying it to you, saying they take responsibility for it. And I'm saying I doubt it. I'm saying I don't think that anything, I'm saying justify in that if a person is saying my spouse should know that things have changed in our relationship such that I shouldn't have to say anything to them, and therefore I can now go make this move I want to make. To me, that is, their way of justifying it to themselves. Like, okay, this is okay because she should know what she's not doing. She doesn't. So I'm gonna go over here. That to me is a justification to yourself.
You're trying to have this and say, frame it in a concise explanation as to why I'm now at the point to where I'm considering it. I guarantee you that there was plenty of conversations that was had about the fact that she ain't giving up the box. So why you always fucking tired every day? See, you're talking about,
or maybe not.
You talking about.
I'm saying if it's not, I'm
talking
saying
about
if it's not, it needs to.
ChatGPT and this shit by the time he already fed up. I'm saying that there are plenty of discussions along the way that has been had, that has been ignored. But now that he's to the point to where he like, you know what, fuck this shit. Now he was supposed to have this whole conversation in a concise, well-packaged communication effort so that
that's
we can
not what I'm saying, together. Anton. No.
Okay, before they get into that, we got the chat getting active. Souls of Thought. Shout out to Souls of Thought. He said, I have to watch after our live, fam. 333. What's going on, Souls of Thought? I didn't know y'all was live right now. With the time difference, I wouldn't cross paths with you, but under the circumstances, I totally understand. Appreciate you tapping in. Miles said, how's the food and what's on the menu? Well, I don't eat meat, so the food was good. I stopped by a beach bar today. I had some sauteed mushrooms with some type of Greek cheese on it or whatever the case may be. It was decent. I think the food is very fresh here. Everything is real fresh. I had some Greek Doritos, which don't have none of them chemicals in it that we get in America and all that. So it tastes totally different. Everything is just a lot more fresh. I will say the seasoning on the food, however, isn't, the greatest, but salt and pepper could fix a lot of things. I'll take fresh and like lightly seasoned and, do the rest myself over like super processed, but hella flavorful. You know what I'm saying? All day long. I appreciate you asking though, Miles. Shout out to Key 333 in the chat. Chat 333 in full effect today. What's going on?
Classic.
Yes, Lord. But yeah, let's tap back in with the reaction video. Let's go.
I'm saying that's not what I said. And now you're changing what you said, and you're kind of saying what I said, which is conversation needs to be had. Now you're kind of etching in conversations have already been had, but you first said I shouldn't have to say anything. So which one are you saying?
No, I said that I shouldn't have to say it when it gets to the point you already knew, and that is a part of the conversations that's been had all this time. Let me tell you something.
That's not what I heard.
You just added that in just now.
Y'all know what I'm saying. And we can get back into the whole being specific part of the conversation. Well, or we can be real. And the fact of the matter is, by the time that a woman finds out that a dude is on the outs, she takes a glance at who the fuck she became, and she try to make it. You know what I've been seeing as a trend? Women that do the thing of this is how I ended up. And then they be looking dumb as fuck, frizzy, fucked up, toe up. And then they say, now that I'm out of the relationship, this is what I'm becoming. How come women don't start to get gym life together? How come they don't start to push themselves? All of a sudden you want to go to the gym and get shit together and put it together when you get divorced. You didn't know that that's what you was becoming, but what they doing is and they go on any social media platform. They are blaming the men that they are with for how they are now frizzied and toe up. They're not taking accountability for who they are. And again, I'm not justifying his actions. I'm not justifying what a guy does wrong. But what I'm not going to do is let y'all continue to blame everybody else for the situation that they wind up finding themselves in. By the time you get there, it's almost like being at a job. By the time you get to HR and they let you know they didn't gave you a pip, they didn't have conversations with you, they didn't put you on a goddamn warning, they didn't told you that your coworkers have been complaining about you. You know that you on your way to get fired.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't necessarily disagree with Anton and where he's coming from at the moment. I know sometimes he could be a little bit more extreme, but today I think he's spot on, to be honest with you. I definitely think that, if a man is quiet, it's because he tried talking. And I do often feel like in relationships, women are hard at listening. And so, yes, he's not wrong. Like, we've seen it before. We've seen women online that was in relationships and, they're not looking their best, being their best, maybe not even feeling their best. And then somehow, when this dude leaves or quote unquote, he messed up or fumbled her or whatever the case may be, they go and be this great version of themselves that they probably could have been in the relationship the whole time. And they may not have had all the issues that they had if they were committed to being that awesome version of themselves now. But they'll go get fit for the streets and get their hair together for the streets and get back street appropriate so they could be in the streets, but not necessarily to sustain or maintain a man. That has happened. I've seen it happen. You know what I mean? So I can't say Anton is off base. Let's go.
Before you get there, it is not a mistake. And so I'm not justifying the way that he handles things. What I am saying is, by the time that he get there, you already knew that you was going to be an ex-employee. That's all I'm saying.
Well, there's one thing I can say to disagree with him slightly is that because women oftentimes in some relationships can be hard at listening, they may legitimately be naive to the fact that dude is halfway out the door. They might be naive to it if they're not, really paying attention or taking heed or hearkening to the concerns that he brings to, to the table, et cetera, et cetera. So I can say that I don't know that all women are 100% aware. I think that they can definitely be aware in hindsight. Like if dude go ahead and walk out the door and then they could look back at certain conversations that they disregarded and be like, damn, he must have meant that shit because folks ass gone. You know what I'm saying? So let's go.
Carrie's disappointed.
Don't make it any less true. Don't make it any less true. Everybody know that they on their way to get fired.
I'm used to hearing this this narrative.
What did I say that was wrong?
I didn't say anything that you said was wrong. I said I'm used to hearing this narrative. That's all. I mean, I think that if a marriage gets to a point where anybody steps out, I think both people should be held accountable to where their marriage went wrong. And I think there are specific actions that each person is responsible for. I just don't look at it as a complete one-sided thing. And I definitely don't look at you stepping out or you not keeping your commitment and your word as not your responsibility, regardless of if somebody's not holding up their end in your head or whatever. That does not exonerate you from not holding up yours. I just don't look at it like that. I 100% agree. I 100% agree that if a man especially steps out, that the woman, especially if she wants to keep her marriage, needs to take some, like, she needs to really reflect on that. And that's why I said the conversation is very important. Honesty is very important because clearly something has changed, but not to the point where it's like, it's your fault that he did it. You should have, you, not him. And he, like, I just don't look at it like that. I don't think you can have a sound marriage taking that kind of approach. That's just me.
What y'all think about that, chat? Tell me what y'all think about that. Miles says sometimes people get comfortable and lax or stop doing the things that brought them together. Absolutely. Not even sometimes. I would say most of the time. People get real comfortable and then they start feeling like she ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere and they be gone. Or they don't go nowhere. They'll stick with you, but they just, be dipping their toe in other water. That should be happening too. So I mean, yeah, I think it's important for people to maintain certain things. Like if you a guy and you in a long-term committed relationship, you should be in the gym and getting new colognes and new body oils and shit. Smell good for your woman, keep looking good for your woman. You want your woman lusting over you. You don't want to be the dude that's married to the chick that's at the Usher concert that's lusting over him and eating cherries out his hand. You want your woman to look at you the way these hoes be looking at Usher for real. You know what I'm saying? So I do think it's on you. And it worked. It worked both ways too. It worked in both directions. Like if you a woman, you know what I'm saying, you can't be, you know, especially like you can't just be out here, oh yeah, he ain't going nowhere, and you wearing your bonnet outside and you know what I'm saying, putting on 50 pounds and you just don't, you know what I'm saying, you just get comfortable. Like Miles said, you get comfortable, you get relaxed, and then eventually you get your ass back out in these streets because you know who doing that, you know what I mean? So I think oftentimes too in long-term relationships, something they haven't spoke about with yet, which I don't know that they're going to, is just effort, right? Effort. So, you know, let's say for example, as a man, you put on a cool little 15, you got you a little gut and shit like that, and she like, like, you know, when I got with you, you had a flat stomach or you had abs or whatever, and she make a little slight little remark, and then you know you disregard it and keep doing what you're doing, and then months go by and she say something else like, when you gonna tighten that up? Ooh, like she talking to you, fam. Like she's talking to you. What you want her to do? Throw a fit? She talking to you. She trying to be cool. Like get your ass in the gym and eat a salad. You know what I'm saying? Same concept. If a dude holler at his lady and he like, hey yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you noticed or not, but it's been a minute since you know let me clap them cheeks. What we doing? You know what I'm saying? And if she give anything other than oh you right, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? If there's anything other than that, like I tell people all the time, anything other than yes is a no. Maybe is a no. Let me see is a no. I'm trying to figure it out is a no. I got an excuse for it is a no. All that shit. Everything other than yes is a no. Yeah, let's go.
What point did I not say and preface the conversation by saying the actions that the man take is not justified and it's wrong? I don't know.
You say that, and then you it's almost like a yes, but like you say that, then you go down this whole road that
it's not a but, it's an and.
Whatever. That's how it comes across. I said you say it like, not that's what you said, but you say it like, yeah, hear this little part so that nobody gets on me about that. Now let's really deal with what it is. You know why he cheated. You know why, because you're fat, you're lazy, you're this, you're that, you're blah 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 blah. It's wrong what he did, but you're fat, you're lazy, you ain't cooking, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that, you did it like. And so for me, I just don't look at it like that, because again, if you're not gonna leave your marriage, then at some point in time, y'all have to be able to talk like you're on the same team. And to me, that approach puts y'all on two different teams. So
you know what's so funny about this?
I don't see how you solve.
You know what's so funny about this is that I never, ever, ever see a woman say, you know what? I fucked up. I lost my man. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. And Carrie's rhetoric is very similar to what a lot of women speak like when it's always a him. Why didn't you have the conversation? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Her rhetoric is very much reflective of what I see from women on social media on a regular basis, always saying, I don't like the way you said it. I don't like the way you're framing it. I don't like the additional context that you're adding into it. At some point, if at any point in that conversation that a woman says, you know what, I need to get my fucking life together before I lose my situation, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
we wouldn't even be having this.
I want to, before Carrie responds to that, I want to add on to that. I think that the big part of that is indifference, right? Like I spoke about that. I did content on modern women being indifferent about ending up with a man, and they very much move like it. Like the reason why you don't hear, specifically to Anton's point, the reason why you don't hear women saying, you know what, I messed up. I fumbled a good dude. I didn't have my shit together. I wasn't keeping my head on straight. The reason why you don't see that is because a lot of them, instead of just being able to come to the carpet and be like, yeah, it was on me. Yeah, it was this. They'd rather just make it seem like it ain't a big deal that they lost your ass. They'll save face before they keep it real. You know what I'm saying? And that's not all women, but it's a large majority for sure. They'll save face before they keep it real. You know what? I'm not going to say, I don't want to say it was me. I say it was a little bit of both. I don't want to, I'm not going to say it was that, or, no, it's you. Sometimes it's 100% you. Sometimes it ain't no shared responsibility, shared accountability. Sometimes it ain't shared. Sometimes it's all you. Sometimes you negligent. you tweaking, you not focused, and you lose a good thing. And the thing about when you got something good and you lose it, and you look back in hindsight, you know, you always gonna respect what you had way more when that shit over with. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it is with a lot of people. And I think the people who understand the uniqueness or the special nature of what they got going on in real time, and they keep themselves grounded in that, it allows them to be more disciplined. It allows them to communicate better. It allows them to, you know, sustain something healthy versus like just mulling along and staying in a routine of something that may or may not be toxic or whatever the case may be. Let's go.
Because there's never a holistic moment where you can remove the man from the conversation and have a one-to-one with who it is that women become when they find themselves in a situation that they shouldn't be in.
But that's like saying that fit women who cook don't get cheated on, and that's not true.
That's not even a conversation that we having. But Molly introduced it and said that a lot of these women be letting themselves go in the conversation. Because now y'all adding additional factors. Molly said that this is what women do. This is a situation that they find themselves in. I said, well, okay, well, women know that shit is coming and they know what they find themselves in way before they ever get to the conversation. That was the context.
Real quick before they continue, make sure y'all tap that like button. We got a promotion going on the like button right now. No charge. It's completely free. Hit that like button.
Classic.
Let's go.
That was the context. But if we change the narrative, then we can change that too. And that's cool.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. But it's
listen,
okay.
If y'all feel better about us
however
telling
y'all heard it is how you heard it. But that's not what I said. And I clearly also said that if somebody steps outside of the marriage, then I definitely think that and I said especially if the man does it, the woman does need to take a step back and reflect. That's where the communication comes in. I said, especially if you want to keep your marriage. Like I just said that. And I also said, that's why I think this whole thing of like, it's all on you. If y'all are trying to keep your marriage together, you have to learn how to play on the same team. Like that's all of what I just said. So I don't understand this Carrie's rhetoric of making the man wrong and the woman right. I didn't say that.
No,
I didn't say that.
You didn't say those words, Carrie, but your rhetoric is that of shared responsibility. Sometimes it's not shared responsibility. If you got a man like me, I'm remarkably handsome. I know a lot of y'all ain't seen me in person, but I'm remarkably handsome, okay? If a woman is dealing with me in an exclusive capacity, right, and she not keeping her shit in order, I don't think she understands how many fucking bullets I gotta dodge every day of people trying to infiltrate the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I think women be thinking they the only ones that get hit on. Like niggas be fine too. I'm handsome as hell. Going outside ain't easy. You want me to try to stay disciplined and stay locked in? Shit, give me a reason. You know what I'm saying? That shit get tough. Like I don't think people get it. Like why you think that so many brothers out here got 3 and 4 and 5 baby mamas? Because it's a small percentage of us that most of y'all like. So if you inside of that small percentage, I'm 6'2", dark skin, long hair, you know, good skin, all type of shit going on. If we're inside of that small percentage, it gets hard to be disciplined if you got somebody at the crib that ain't listening. But see, here's the problem. You got women who will, again, do the shared responsibility thing instead of understanding that they have a not an obligation, but they need to have a foundational understanding, just like the man does, that they are in competition. You're in competition. You know what I'm saying? And the sooner you forget that, the more shit start getting, you know, shit start getting funny. Oh, you used to cook all the time. Now you ain't cooking that much no more. And it's somebody that's looking at them like, I would love to cook for you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you used to stay in the gym. Now you don't hit the gym no more. Oh, you used to be pleasant to be around. Now you always in a bad mood, or you always frustrated or whatever. Like it's somebody that's smiling all in his face and blushing. That's like, shit, I'll show you a good mood. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, women to hear me say that and be like, well, as a man, you know, that shouldn't be enough to, but I mean, should, shouldn't, is, ain't. You got this thing. It's called human nature, right? Temptation, the flesh, all of that shit is real. So reduce your probability by handling your responsibilities. Let's go.
But I'm also,
because when I said
not.
that I prefaced the conversation,
I did not.
I said I prefaced the conversation saying that I'm not justifying it and he's 100% wrong. And here's the additional context as to how they got themselves to that point. You didn't like that. And you said that you didn't like it.
But I told you that your comment sounded like a yes button. I explained how it sounded like that. to me, your comment did the opposite. So where you're implying that I'm saying it's all on the man, there's nothing on the woman, to me, your comment is implying the opposite. It's not on the man, it's all on the woman. And what I'm saying is, if you are in a marriage and somebody has had an affair and y'all want the marriage to stay together, everybody has to work at fixing it. Everybody has to come to the table to talk about what went wrong. Everybody has to come to the table and be honest about where things are. Both parties, not one, not him, not just her, but both of them. But if we're going to play this game of, I shouldn't have to come and speak to you about it, you should know, and I didn't do nothing wrong, even like if that's the approach we're taking, the marriage is not whack, that's not whack. That
is whack. That is so whack.
Okay, Anton. Okay.
Because what I said was,
you got it.
What I said was, is that a woman for a long time, a lot of these conversations has been had. Way before it gets to the point. She knew what was coming. It's not that difficult for her to understand. A dude don't just wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm about to go out here and bust it down for a real one. That's not how it usually plays out. Does it happen sometimes? Maybe, but that's not usually how it plays out. And so I said that way before it ever gets to that point, she already knows who she is in a role that she's playing in a relationship. If you're here's the way I see it. If you're telling me that you're willing to get it together just because you think that I'm about to step out, then I don't want to be fucking with you in the first place. Because the only reason that you're doing it is because you think that I'm gonna leave. That means that the only reason that you're getting yourself together is because you think that I'm gonna leave. If I have to sit here and come to you, I have to sit here and come to you and say, yo, I think I'm about to step out, and then you want to start working together, then that means that it was already a fucking problem. And the only reason that you're trying to stay together is because you don't want me to leave for whatever reason, whether it be how you feel, your reputation, or all of that other shit. But if it gets to that point to where I got to have that conversation with you, now you want to sit here and lecture me on how it is that I need to be working together as a team. Fuck you. I'm not working together.
Like, why is that? That's what I'm saying. I get it. That's why I said earlier, I've heard this.
Hold on, y'all.
Before, especially from you, and I get it. Like, we get to a point where we just agree to disagree. Like, you're even in your temperament and your demeanor towards the idea of working it out and having conversation. I see, like, that's not a thing for you. You're like, I ain't doing all that. What the fuck I look like sitting here listening to you?
Because I'm not about to work with you. Either you work on it and you get your,
that might be
either you there or you not. Either you gonna get it together or you not. I should not have to work with what okay, tell me, what is it
that sounds weird that you're saying you should not have to, which again implies.
Let me ask you a question, Carrie.
Hold on just one second.
Let me ask you a question. What is it that we work on? How are we working? Let's work it out. Me and you married. We got a problem in our relationship. How should we work this out so that we can fix our marriage? Explain it to me. What should we do?
I really wouldn't know how to work on it with you because you come across like, yo, I'm perfect. You're not.
I'm asking you for guidance.
Get some insight, baby girl. Get
baby girl.
If you can't be where I am, then why are you here? Like,
no, listen, no. Don't lecture me about why I'm not here. I want to be with you, but I realize that we got problems. What is it that we should work on, baby girl, Carrie?
What are the problems you realize we have?
You don't want to listen.
There we go. See, and that's how the conversation goes. If a dude say, "Hey, listen, I'm struggling to stay loyal and faithful around here," and you say, "Well, what do you want to work on?" and your answer is you, and you. Don't point the gun back. Don't point it back. Well, you could be doing some. No, that's not what we talking about. You ask me what it is. I'm telling you is you, and you. Yeah, damn it. So as you go fix it, or you see what I'm saying, like. Carrie refuses, like most women, refuses to accept that there is potentially a situation where there's 100% responsibility on one party, whether it be 100% on the man or 100% on the woman. Men that are quiet is because they've tried talking. I want to show y'all something real quick, and I'm going to come right back to this video. But I want to show y'all something real quick. It's a comment that I made on there's a comment that I made on a post that's got like 1,500 likes on it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure y'all seen this post before, but I'm gonna just show y'all how many people agree with the concept. Give me 1 second. I got y'all. Get this pulled up. Have y'all seen this video of this white dude talking about the spool of wire? Check this out. Let me try to see if I can get this in a good frame for y'all. Hold on.
What are you doing? Thought you were working.
I'm looking at this.
What is it?
It's wire. It's a spool of wire, and I'm almost out of it. Can you see the spool of wire?
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost out of it.
Okay.
And I've had this spool of wire for like 40 years. I bought it like this it's on a piece of a long time ago, but it's like 40 years of my life. It's in the wire that's gone. Does that make sense? This is what's left.
I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm sad for you, but you're wearing your Jets hat, and I'm a little concerned right now that you're wearing your Jets.
Right there. Look at his face. Look at his face. On his face, he regrets ever saying anything. He regrets ever saying anything. He's telling himself, he's telling himself, I don't know why I even bothered. Look at his face. Look at how his face changed. Yeah, fam. This ain't like something that Anton Daniels just pulling out of his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a real thing.
Hat. I thought that's why you were crying.
Okay, I'm done.
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, now check out my comment. I made a comment.
Hey, what are you doing? I came out to check.
I made a comment on this post right here. If y'all can see it, I said, if a man is quiet, it's because he tried talking. This post has that one comment has 1,520 likes. Let's look at the comments under there. One brother said powerful. Another one said deep. Another one gave a round of applause. Another person said yes. Another person said amen. Somebody else said well said. Another person said exactly. One person said 100%. One person said a moment of truth. Somebody said, damn, son, you just answered a whole lot of questions with this statement. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? So it's not malarkey. You know what I mean? It's not a situation where this isn't a real thing, you know, but if you don't respect it as a real thing, then you're going to get the results that not respecting it will breed you. You know what I mean? But let's get back into the live video. Let me bring Anton and them back up. They almost done. Yeah. Let's go.
You just said I realized we got problems. So what is the problem?
You have to say it.
What is it that we together need to work on is what I'm asking.
Before he answered that, Miles Batchelor said, never been close to being married, but I would think there's more work after the ceremony. Yeah, I mean, I'm a person who typically doesn't really think that relationships are work, quote unquote, but I understand why people use that term. I don't really think it's work. I think it's collaboration and communication, but work, I think of something a bit more cumbersome. Like relationships should be closer to a vacation than a job. Right? Like you should be having sex. You should be laughing. You should be making plans together, executing on those plans, whatever little disagreements you have. Treat it like water under the bridge. Get over it. Don't, turn molehills into mountains, et cetera, et cetera. But when you do turn molehills into mountains, when you do neglect your responsibilities to your woman as a man or to your man as a woman or et cetera, when there's boxes that are being left unchecked and unchecked consistently, then you do find yourself in a situation where it starts feeling like work. Let's go.
But if you just said, you come to me saying you realize we have problems we need to work on, then I'm going to ask you, what are the problems that you see we need to work on?
No. You said that we needed to work together. So what I'm asking you, because
I said,
this is where I stand. I believe that we all know where we are in life. We all know where we are within our relationships. We know this. This is not something that is crazy, any of that stuff. You know where you at. I know where I'm at, right? If you believe that we need to work as a team, exactly what do we need to work on in order to fix this thing?
You would have to know what the problem is first. And just because you think that she knows, maybe she doesn't. Or if she thinks that the problem is she's not cooking and the problem is she gained 20 pounds, those are not the same problems. You have to tell her what the issue is. He needs to tell you what the issue is. At that point, y'all start talking.
You know what's so funny though? When you get a girl that gets newly single, she know how to make everything right. She know how to perfect herself. She don't need no man's guidance. She don't need to go talk to nobody. Classic. She don't need to go and figure it out. She know everything that she needs to do in order to get another man. Classic. Ain't that funny? How she needs guidance when she's with the man that she's supposed to be with, but she don't need no goddamn guidance when she go out there and get single.
Bro cooking with hot grease. That grease hot as hell. He cooking with hot grease. I can't argue with a good point. Let's go.
But you say that men are supposed to give their women guidance, Anton.
I do.
So what are you saying?
But
He's talking about a woman that don't listen, Carrie. Damn. Yeah, men are supposed to give a woman guidance. How you guide somebody who don't listen? How do you lead somebody who don't follow? Like Carrie, what the fuck? She killing me today. And I rock with Carrie, but she tweaking today. Like he's explaining this shit. Anton cooking. I disagree with him when I disagree with him, but he ain't wrong today.
Said that the conversations have been had all the way up to the point to where they get in the divorce in the first place.
That's the assumption. And I said maybe that does happen for some people, but a lot of people, maybe it's not happening. Maybe a lot of people are not having the conversations that you're thinking they're having, which again is why I said,
Carrie is oblivious, and a shout out to Carrie for her being oblivious. She's in a marriage. She's been in a long-standing marriage. She got a family, all that stuff. So shout out to her for being oblivious. If you've been married for a super long time, I guess it's certain things that you shouldn't know about what the dating world consists of, or that you shouldn't know about other people's marriages if you're in a healthy one. But she couldn't be more wrong. Like, it goes back to the spool of wire conversation. Men tell women all the time about the spool of wire. And then they respond with, I'm concerned because you have on your Jets hat, right? Like it goes back to that. Like niggas be talking. They be talking. They be saying exactly what they need to say. Did you hear them though? So that's what it be boiling down to. Let's go.
That's why I said I think that the communication part needs to happen. Now, if the man is coming to his woman and he's like trying like to figure this, something is up, this ain't feeling right, however he chooses to approach her, and she's just like, whatever, I'm okay. I mean, I'm not saying go cheat, maybe you should end it or whatever, whatever, but I get it. But a lot of times that may not always be how that may not be how it always happens. The communication usually in relationships is stifled. Like,
do y'all think that the communication is great between the side chick and the guy that's in the relationship?
About certain things, probably
need to be had. What conversation needs to be
had?
Do
you think that he's giving? Wait. Do y'all think that he's giving her guidance on how to be an effective partner to him?
No, because he's also probably and she's also getting this little part of him. It's almost. Yeah, come on now.
Shit. Carrie sound like a chick that never been a side chick. What is you talking about? What is she talking about?
Side chicks are keeping men's marriages alive. I'll just say that.
Right.
Y'all marriage is alive because he has a side chick.
And I don't dispute that.
There are mistresses all over the world keeping marriages together. There are mistresses all over the world keeping marriages together. That's a fact. Now, do all men got mistresses? No, all men can't even have mistresses. Most single men are freaking celibate by default. So no, every man don't even have the luxury of being able to cheat if he wanted to cheat. You got to understand that. So, but of the percentage of men that are good with women and have women at their disposal and shit like that, like these chicks have no clue.
What I am saying though is like Carrie saying, he doesn't have to guide her because there's nothing to guide. She's only getting naked. You just showing up.
What the fuck did y'all think that we wanted? Y'all thought that we wanted to. Hold on. Y'all think that we wanted to? She's not with y'all. Hold on. Because Kim just said it. She just getting naked. What do y'all think that we need in order to make this thing work?
So you're saying you want more than that from your wife? Just get naked.
See, we just get naked. Don't do nothing. See how y'all think y'all don't know shit. Y'all don't know nothing.
That's So all you need is for your wife to get naked. You don't need anything else.
Not necessarily if the wife is out of shape and gross and the side chick is tight and
the side chick is not dealing with all the mental stresses and issues of this man.
Sometimes she is though. Sometimes I'm telling you, I've heard married men say that their marriage is saved because of the other woman.
No, and
for whatever reason, and I'm not defending cheating. I'm really not. But I just talked to a lot of
the man is saying that the marriage is saved because
women don't. I don't think a lot of women realize we are being complacent, or if we are not attracted to our man, so we are not putting in the effort.
They said that, but what does that
really
say about him though?
I believe it's true though, because
I wonder what he felt the same if his wife had a side dude, where he said the side dude.
Nah, it's over with. Wives can't have side dudes. I mean, they can have them for as long as they secret. After that, it's over with. And it's a double standard. That shit don't work like that. That's over with.
Saved his marriage too. I think he'd have a different thought.
Men is more concerned about themselves.
They're not listening.
So
they're not listening.
Oh my god,
they're more concerned about them.
They don't want to hear it.
And
it's a great example. This conversation and the way that it's playing out is a great example of a man talking and the women refusing to accept what he's saying. which is the equivalent of not listening at all. If you hear me out, listen to every word I say, and then refuse to accept what I'm saying as something serious, meaningful, or true, then you essentially it's the equivalent of not listening at all. It's the same. Just because you can repeat back to me what I said don't mean that you took heed to what I said. It's the equivalent. This conversation is exemplary. You know what I mean? Anton ain't wrong on this one. Let's go.
And this is why
It's
in this
not
thing
bad.
right here, because
Let her do the dirty work.
People try to justify having all of their desires, temptations, and satisfactions met, and that's not the way that it's supposed to go.
If that side chick is helping him make a little bit more money for y'all family, let that side chick do what she gonna do.
Listen, you can read the Bible all you want, right?
There we go. Tell me.
This is your problem right here.
I'm listening.
You can read the Bible all you want, but if you don't understand practical application, it doesn't mean anything.
What does that mean, though?
It means that the lessons that's in it also need to be applied in real life. So just because a person is spiritual does not necessarily mean that they understand the practical applications of the lessons that's taught inside of the word itself. So
for sure, for man and woman,
you can't justify not being able to hold your position in this conversation. Not saying that you're not holding your position in the conversation. You can't justify not holding your position in the conversation by always thinking that you got a trump card by bringing up the Bible. It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything to you, and
it doesn't mean anything in the conversation. That's not your trump card. You can't use it as your trump.
It sounds like you're trying to make this into a trump card. I didn't. What argument do I need to substantiate? I've already stated what I think, and I'm cool if you disagree with it. Like, I'm all right with that. That's fine. We clearly have a difference of opinion on it, and that's why
the problem be this: people have an opinion that's contrary to reality. So it's like, okay, I'm discussing what real life is, what's happening, what's going on, what people are going through. You telling me, you responding to me with your feelings. Substantiate your feelings. Give me an example that shows that your feelings have any credence. Emotions don't tell the story. It's just how you personally feel. And that shit could change in 5 minutes. So
said earlier on, I get it. I've heard this before. So it's all right. I'm all right with it.
All right, we got what we need on this one, y'all. We got what we need on this one. So I think it's pretty clear. I think their conversation just showed the whole thing, right? So they were talking about how women who are messing up with a guy, they be knowing, and guys have essentially already communicated, whatever the case may be. But Carrie pretty much showed why a lot of those women who are messing up don't get to fix their mistakes, because essentially they don't listen. Well, shout out to Anton Daniels and the After Hours crew. Make sure y'all tap in with them if y'all looking for a good, consistent channel that's dropping content, aside from mine, right, on a regular basis. Make sure y'all tap in with them and hit that subscribe button. Always love with Anton Daniels and the After Hours crew, whether I agree or disagree with them. So we're going to move on, man. If you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch, www.theclassiccodes.com, or you can shoot me a Cash App. Either way, stick to the codes.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Harden my heart and now harden the flow.